Hey guys, I can't believe it is that time already, but the 2024 Record Store Day list just dropped and I'm so excited to see what's on the list for this year. I'm really excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous. Like, I don't know what to expect. I'm honestly not super excited for Record Store Day. As the years go on, I'm just getting less and less excited because typically the artists that I listen to don't have any Record Store Day releases, so year after year I'm seeing that the list isn't really meant for me and my taste. I really hope that changes this year and there might be something on the list that interests me, so let's get into it without further ado. As I'm going through the list, I will just mention like something that piques my interest. I'm not gonna comment on everything because I honestly don't know everything. Okay, so starting with numbers here. The first one I do recognize is the 1975. I'm pretty sure the 1975 had a release last year. I think. I can't remember if they were ambassadors or not, maybe for like the UK or Europe or something. I only like one or two songs by them anyway, so I probably wouldn't get that. 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. I don't listen to them a whole lot, but yeah, not super excited there. And lots of Beatles releases. Interesting. Okay, nothing super exciting on page 1 for me. Going on to page 2. Sabrina Carpenter, I know she's huge right now, so that's probably going to be a really big 7-inch vinyl pressing. Nothing that I would probably get though. I do like a few songs by Chase Atlantic. Let's see, that one. It's just a Record Store Day first though, so I would probably have to check out that album. Ooh, Daft Punk. I do like Daft Punk. Something About Us. Love Theme from In Daft Life, 12-inch vinyl. I would probably do some more research on that and see what that pressing is like. Maybe I would get that. Another Doctor Who thing. I do like the show Doctor Who, but I've never been interested in any of the Doctor Who Record Store Day pressings. Usually it's like live books or like live audiobooks or something. Actually, I don't know if it's live, but basically like an audio thing, not really music, so not sure if I would get that. Moving on to page 3. Nothing that really catches my eye on page 3. Okay, yeah, nothing there. Going on to page 4. I'm still not seeing like my favorite artist, which is expected. That's alright, I guess. I feel like I see the same people on the list every single year. Page 5. Some rappers on there I recognize their names, but I'm not big fans of. Ooh, Metro Boomin. Let's see. Metro Boomin presents Spider-Man. Okay. I'm guessing it's for Across the Spider-Verse. I don't know what that says though. Turntable something. I would definitely be interested in that, so I'm gonna check that out. I don't know if it's the actual soundtrack though. Moving on to page 6. Almost done here. I feel like this list is kind of shorter compared to other years. Maybe I'm wrong, but feels a little bit shorter. Paramore. Oh, they are the Record Store Day ambassadors for this year. I like maybe 1 or 2 songs from Paramore. I'm not a fan of them. They do have exclusive releases though. Interesting. I'm sure that's going to be like the hot item this year. Last page, page 7. Still nothing that has really jumped out at me. Nothing that's been like, yes, I absolutely have to go participate in Record Store Day this year, so I'm getting a little bit nervous. I really hope there's something on this last page. Okay. BB Rexa, All Your Fault Part 1 and 2 on vinyl. I do like 1 or 2 songs from that album, but not really anything I would need to line up for. And that was the end of the list. Oh my gosh, guys, I might not participate this year. I might not go to my store and line up. That was such a sad reaction. There was nothing that really I'm interested in, you know? There's nothing that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get this. I have to go line up outside at 6 in the morning and I have to go get this record during Record Store Day. Like this is kind of sad. This kind of was expected though. This usually happens every single year. This is just me personally, just because of my music taste. I never really see a whole lot of artists that I'm interested in on the list. You know, they have to print what's going to sell, so they're going to print those super popular records that everybody knows, but there are people like me who just aren't into that kind of stuff. I do see a lot of the same artists on the list every single year with a bunch of represses, like a bunch of the classic acts, and that's totally fine because there are big numbers of fans for them and people that do like that stuff, but again, for me, I'm just not really into that, so I don't really get super excited for Record Store Day anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. I will go through the list again in a minute, but as of right now, I would probably say I'm not going to participate in Record Store Day this year. Maybe I'll go later in the day just to get out and still go to my record store on the day, but I don't know if I would actually like line up. There's nothing that's like my #1 top pick, which is so sad. I think this is the first year where I don't have anything really exciting that I really want to get. So I just went through the list one more time to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I picked out a few records that I want to look into. The first one is the 1975 release. So it looks like it's a live album. I don't recognize any of the songs on the track list. I'm pretty sure this is from their self-titled debut album, and I don't really like know any songs from that album. The songs I like by the 1975 are not from that album, so I would probably pass on this release. The next one would be the Chase Atlantic pressing. This is a Record Store Day first though, it's not exclusive, so I probably wouldn't line up for it. I don't see the track list on the website, but I would have to like go find it on Spotify or something. I'm pretty sure the songs I like from Chase Atlantic are not on this album anyway, so I would probably pass on this one as well. So the Doctor Who one, I am a fan of the Doctor Who show, but this is just a narrated TV soundtrack of it says like a 2-episode story, so I would probably skip this one as well. I'm more interested in the Doctor Who soundtrack, so I wouldn't get this one, honestly. And then there's the Daft Punk release. This one has a few songs. It's on a 12-inch record, so it's not an album, it's just a couple of songs, I guess, and it is a Record Store Day exclusive release. I would have to go back and listen to these songs again to make sure it's something I really want to get. So this one I'm going to say is a maybe. I honestly don't know if I would get this one right now, but maybe I would after hearing the songs again. This Metro Boomin one was probably the one I was the most excited about, just because I do like the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies. The format for this is a turntable with three 3-inch records, which is really interesting. So they're doing like a little bundle, I guess, with a 3-inch turntable. I don't know if I would really want that. I mean, maybe it would be a cute collector item. I'm gonna leave it at a maybe because the songs, like the track list on the 3-inch vinyl, are not even the songs that are my favorite from the Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack, so it's like I wouldn't even love the songs anyway. It might be something interesting to look into, but for right now I'm gonna say this is a maybe. Probably no though, and there are only 250 of this available anyways, so I feel like this is going to be really, really rare. So I would say right now my top #1 pick would be the Daft Punk release, although I'm not really sold on it right now. I would have to like refresh myself with the music. Maybe I would get it, we'll see. But for right now, I would say I'm probably not going to participate in Record Store Day. At least I won't line up early in the morning. Maybe I would go later in the day. I guess it's kind of okay. Maybe it is a good thing. I have mentioned this in a few videos before, but basically I'm kind of losing interest in Record Store Day. Not the concept of Record Store Day, just like the experience and the process of it, having to line up early at my record store. There's a whole number of reasons. You know, it's really cold in April where I live, the Chicagoland area, so like if I'm gonna stand out in the cold for hours, you know, it's gotta be a must-have or else I'm not lining up in the cold. That's so sad. I wish I was really hyped and excited for this year's Record Store Day, but the list, in my opinion, just wasn't good, only because it wasn't really catered towards me. There wasn't anything I was really interested in. I think it's kind of okay overall, just thinking about all the different kinds of genres and artists that are on there. I would say it's pretty decent, but again, nothing I really love. Also, there is no Taylor Swift release this year, but yeah, that's really interesting because she had releases the past 2 years and now there's no Taylor Swift, and this year, you know, is all about Paramore, so that's interesting. In the comments, let me know what you guys think about Paramore being the ambassador, and let me know what you think about the list overall. Let me know your top picks. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!